So I just posted a video about trying to get like a smoothie. That's what it's called, smoothie, or a milkshake, like a non-alcoholic smoothie, you know, at the pier, downtown St. Petersburg pier. And there's a place called Driftwood Cafe. It's right there on the first floor of St. Pete Pier. And I was there, it's like 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's already closed. The only thing that's open is the bar upstairs. You know, but sadly, we're not allowed to drive with even a couple of drinks in us. You get a DUI even if you're tired. But I wanted like a smoothie, something icy, something cold, right? But it's closed. I don't know how it's amazing. You would think that in the evening, that's when a lot of people come out. It's when a lot of people come out, you know. But it's closed already. Same thing with Starbucks. It's closed like at 8 o'clock over here in downtown, you know. But I finally figured it out, because the bar upstairs is still open. You know, you can get wasted. That's open, but you can't drive with any alcohol in you, because then it'll cost you a lot of money. You know, so it's sad. Even though I can drive better with a couple of drinks in me than than I do sober sometimes, because you know you start being careful. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I got a DUI because I was driving around honking like an idiot after they have confiscated my property. After they confiscated my property, and I was really upset, and I was driving around honking at all the sheriffs. So this lesbian cop pulled me over and said that I was under the influence of something, even though I had no alcohol in me. I wasn't high. So she took me to jail, and supposedly they found something in my system. Anyway, that's a whole another story. And so, and the reason why I'm saying this is then I ended up having to pay $8,000 to an attorney, you know, for nothing. Even though the DUI got reduced to reckless driving, they still forced me to go through all the humiliating bullshit, taking the DUI school, you know. And it was incredible because, which to me that's kind of stupid, the instructor had us all share our stories, and half the people that got their DUIs, some of them got them because they were like tired. Some of them got them because they had some kind of they had some kind of a medication. I mean, the stories that they were telling out there, how they got the DUI, it's incredible. You know, a few of them got the legit DUI because they were drunk, but maybe half of them, it was just insane. It was just like stupid shit, you know. So that's that. But you saw the cup that I was just showing you guys. So anyway, so there's another cafe over here about halfway to the pier. They sell pizza and they sell stuff like that, you know. And then there's a little bar there too. So they sell like daiquiris and all that kind of stuff. So I managed to get a virgin strawberry daiquiri, you know. And that was $6. You saw the cup that I was showing? You know, it's yay big. $6, you know? And there's nothing that goes in there. There's ice in there. It's not like you get real strawberries in it or even strawberry jam. It's all like flavor, strawberry flavor. You know, ice and strawberry flavor. It probably costs altogether $1.50. Not even, maybe about $1 to make it. So I paid $6 for it, you know? And I wonder, like, what it would take to be able to, you know, see this place right here? That's, you know, the walkway to the pier. And they have these almost like kiosks. I don't know what they are. I've never seen them open. I guess maybe they're open during the day. They look like something, yeah, like it says till 6 p.m. I see they open at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. See these things? I wonder what it costs to have one of those. It's probably $1 billion. But my question is I wonder what it would take to be able to stand right at the entrance, like over there, like in the beginning of the pier, with a little cart, you know, almost like ice cream carts that they have. Basically a little cart that, and to be able to sell these smoothies, iced coffee, and all these strawberry smoothies. I'm not even talking about the milkshakes, because that's a whole another level. You know, milkshake actually, you know, you got to get some ice cream, whatever. But I'm talking about like Italian ice, for example, which is like ice with some paint and some sugar in it, you know, that kind of stuff. And like just have one parked right there in the beginning, you know, like what would it take to do that? That is, it's so fascinating to me. I would love to do something like that. I'm talking, you'd make a killing. If one of those things is $6 that I, you know, this big, that would be like a McDonald's small size soda, you know, $6. Literally, you'd make $5 a piece on each one, you know. And if you sold them for like, if you sold them for $5 instead of $6, man, you'd have a line standing. And it's simple. All you need is a blender, a bunch of ice, and those flavors, you know, those Monin flavors they have in the restaurants that they add, like caramel. They have all kinds of different flavors, and they have the powder flavor too. At my work, they have this stuff. I saw it. How, you know, I make myself little milkshakes. Don't tell my boss. Not milkshakes, but those, you know, those smoothies or whatever. It's super easy to make. You know, takes 2 seconds to make it. Right here, I'm talking about like right here. See, right here. Yeah, this is right at the beginning of, you know, the entrance to the pier. You know, it wouldn't take much space. It would be really small, maybe with a generator, you know, or battery operated. All you need is a blender, you know, and stand right here, like right here, for example. Be fantastic. It's like, man, the idea is so fascinating to me. I'd love to do that, you know, either do it myself or have somebody, you know, hire somebody to stand over here. I'm curious, like what it would take, what kind of bureaucracy it would require for something like that, you know. It is fascinating because actually this street right here, which is I think it's Beach Drive. Yeah, no, it's Bayshore Drive. Bayshore Drive. This was the street where they had the Pride Parade, the gay parade, as I like to call it. And the funny thing is, all along the street, they had a bunch of people just selling sodas, bottled water, like from the coolers. Like it looked like, you know, they had a lot of like merchants that had like the big trucks, the food trucks and all of that. But they also had a bunch of like private individuals. They were just selling water, sodas. They just had a like cooler full of ice, and they were doing that, you know. I think they were also selling beer, which I couldn't be sure about 100% about that, you know. So I don't think they had to get any kind of license or anything like that. I'm curious how that works. Like there was a bunch of people doing that, you know. But I'm thinking if you're just selling flavored ice, it can't be that complicated, right? I'm wondering. This is a really interesting idea to me, especially with summer rolling around. Like nice iced coffee, man, I'd sell that all day long. Some, you know, you brew the espresso, you bring it with you cold, a couple of big canisters or whatever, and then you just add it to the ice, and there you go, you got it, you know. Really fascinating, because it's like there's there's a need for something like that. It seems simple, but it seems like that would be really cool. I'd love to find out how that would work. Or even I was even thinking about the same idea, like at the beach. In Ukraine, for example, or Mexico. Like I went to mission trips to Mexico, Guatemala, and all that. Or even at the border, I remember there would be like bunch of people, selling anything imaginable, all kinds of pastries, whatever you can think of. Same thing at the beach or in Ukraine. I think they've cut down a lot on that, too. Like in the city, you don't see, a whole lot of people just selling their own stuff. But I know in Mexico, like street food and all that kind of stuff is still very popular. But in America, I'm surprised, because I'm sure it's bureaucracy. You need all kinds of probably inspections and safety things, and which I get it. I understand that completely. But it shouldn't be like supremely complicated, I would think. It would be nice to be able to do something like that. It's but as always, it's just the big men, the restaurants and all of that stuff. They're the ones that can do it. But a regular dude can't just up and start doing this kind of stuff. But it would be interesting. Just wondering. Maybe I should make a few phone calls and find out. If you know something about that kind of stuff, comment in the comment section. And yes, as I was saying before, I'm just starting this exciting journey of posting content on Facebook. Apparently you can make money on all of this bullshit, just bullshitting about stuff. And if you're an attractive individual and a very philosophical and intelligent human being and a big patriot of your country, like I am, for example, and a very what do you call it? If you're a religious person, or especially if you're going through a lot of hell, if you're going through divorce, if you're going through any kind of persecution, if you're going through any kind of suffering whatsoever, man, you've got the material to create content. If you're a beautiful person, or like if you have pets, animals, cows, horses, animals that's very cute, people like to see that. Or if you're a beautiful woman, you can just bullshit anything, you'll get a lot of likes and views. What else? Children too, which is, I see a lot of content, where people post their kids doing cute things. That is very good. But I personally don't like that, because there's all kinds of craziness out there. People with AI and all of that stuff, and people can reuse the images. It's gross. It's terrible. That's why, I have a very beautiful child. I don't even post her pictures, on my Facebook, just for my friends even to see, But that does work. It's always so adorable to see, kids doing some adorable things. It's a human thing, It's cute. So, or you can, whatever. If you're a mechanic, or if you're a body shop guy, if you're a welder, if you're good at anything, or you're into some crafts, you're a musician, you're just about anything. If you're an honest individual, if you're a good person, you'll know if you're a good person, if you're a genuine individual, and you will know if you are. You know yourself well, if you're fake or if you're just really honest person. People can feel that, and you can just be talking about the weather. You can be talking about the weather. You can be talking about anything, and people will just feel your good, the good vibe that you produce because you're a good person. Like it's like you have that kindness coming out of you. You know. It's like Charlie Kirk, for example. You know, you guys remember he was an amazing guy. You know, and I remember watching his videos. He was incredible. So, anyways, where was I? Yes, yeah. So, talking about posting content online, I meant to make an individual little video just about that. You know, telling people to start making some content. So I've kind of stuck it in the same video. I might make another one just to have another video going on. So I'm in downtown St. Petersburg at a movie theater now. I'm gonna see what they're showing today, if there's anything available. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what I was saying, I do this all the time. I start saying one thing and I'll go way around and around, and there's another story about the story about the story. And then I'll forget what the hell I was talking about. So what I was saying is about posting content that I'm beginning to post content on Facebook, hoping to start monetizing. You know, I know my cousin, for example, Julie Vojtovich, she's Stashchak now. I know she's making some money doing that. But ain't nobody can tell you nothing. You know, you will not find out anything from anybody, especially Ukrainians. God forbid, you know, they will not tell you how they're making money, or they will give you any secrets or anything like that. There's no stupid people like, you know, I shouldn't say that, but there aren't people like me, you know, where you know, I was one of the first people that had his own junkyard. You know, before it was always just, you know, junkyard was a junkyard, it was a junkyard. But I started selling parts on my own from my parents' backyard, you know. And I told a lot of people that were interested in doing it, I told them how I do it, and, you know, I showed them everything that I knew about it. No big deal. I didn't care, you know. But there's not a lot of people like that, you know. So yeah, start posting some stuff. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of different things ways you can go about it. Man, this is 17 minutes already, and apparently people can only tolerate watching like 5 minutes of something, you know. Not even 5 minutes. ChatGPT recommends seconds, you know, a couple of minutes, you know. So I should probably start cutting my videos, you know, to each individual topic that I bring up. Anyways, oh yes. So and back to what I was saying again. Is so since I'm just starting, I need to get new subscribers. I need to get people to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my page. You won't regret it, I don't think. I think I'm a very interesting individual, don't you think? Let me know if I'm an interesting individual in the comments. Let me know if I'm an interesting individual, boring individual, any negative comment, you know, just so I can get some feedback. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe it's silly. Maybe it's a waste of time. Maybe I'm annoying people. Maybe I'm wasting people's time. You know, I'd like to get some feedback. You know, so any comments would be appreciated. I promise I won't get offended or even start to debate you on it. All right, thanks.